We were just ordinary people from all sides of the hedges and ditches, giving what we had to lend a hand to those who were brave enough to try and turn a life of war into a chance for peace. To find a narrative, a chorus that all could agree upon, to pronounce without losing face or the faith of the people who put them there. When all was done and sung and the politicians went back inside to continue towards Good Friday, we headed for home, realizing that peace was just like a little child that will slip and stumble many times before learning to walk, but knowing that there were enough helping hands to make sure that one day it would dance. Sight, my day and my night, so the days Peacemaking teaches that most peace agreements in the world break down within 15 years. Our peace process is now more than 20 years growing, teething and feeding on the fruits of companionships within and between communities. The music of what happens to be honoured to bring you a series called Growing Relations, looking behind the present day headrigs and headlines to some so-called ordinary people in various communities who build bridges and break down barriers in a most interesting and uplifting way. And they do it by doing just what they love to do anyway, naturally, neighbourly. The EU, in partnership with the British and Irish governments, continue to invest in these communities, and we are honoured to bring you the workings of these animations, managed by the SEUPB and delivered by and within the Newry, Mourne and Down district area. We hope you enjoy it all, and keep in touch and tell us what we should be doing if we're not doing it.
But here we are today, and it's really a literary festival for the people.
We were thrown into this room. We're taken out of the van blindfolded and door open and thrust into this room. And then the door closed, and I stood there, the blindfold on, wondering what's going on. Because you didn't dare take it off. And then the door opened again. And your man was bundled in. I didn't know who he was. And then there was silence. And I remember standing, and I said, somebody else in this room, don't know who it is, I'm not taking this thing off because I'm going to get the lights kicked out of me, so I'm not. And then I started to raise my blindfold up, and I saw these pair of feet on the floor, and my eye following up the line of the trousers, and this awfully smart blazer. You want to carry on?
Just to set the scene, that we've been at that point, I think, a couple of months in captivity, and been in isolation, as Brian says, in this horrible underground little prison. And one of them, there was a daily routine that each day the guards would come once every 24 hours, and you'd be taken blindfolded to this disgusting little bathroom at the end of the hall, and then back, and there'd be some bread and cheese and a jug of water left in your little tiny cell, and that would be it for 24 hours. That was sort of the basic routine. But then after a while, there was a young prisoner was brought in, an Arab, probably presumably a Lebanese guy, we don't know. And every day, part of the routine became that this guy was beaten up, and you would hear him being thump, 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 and his screams. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. This ghastly addition to our daily routine. And after a few days of this, after the usual bathroom run, if you like, a whole group of guards came down. You just see them sitting in the back of your cell through a little grill on the top of the door, the shadows of these men walking past. And they only went to this young man's cell, and then they started beating up on him. You hear it, his screams got to an almighty pitch, and then there was a bang, a shot. And then that was that. And you realise that they'd murdered this guy. And I think probably because Brown was witnessing this wherever he was down that corridor, that sense of total vulnerability really sort of completely overwhelms you when you look back on your life. And I think we've been through this extraordinary process of looking at our lives, and probably it was the same for Terry, and in those circumstances where you just look back and think, my life's been a waste, however good it's been, however lucky I've been, I should have done more with life, and this could be the end of it. So then all you want is perspective, someone to talk to. And I remember thinking, brilliant, there's somebody in this room doing just as Brian does, and he wasn't wearing a smart jacket, what do you expect? And there it was, but there was this, all I wanted was company for 3 months, and I'm looking at this thing, which has hair out here, beard out here, blood, and the man is staring in his eyes, and I'm backing up to the door thinking, fuck, it was better in solitary. But then we, obviously had a lot to, and then I recognised him. I probably went all British again. Oh, how do you do? Brian Keenan, Dog Go. But then and I think I said something rude as well, but Brian might remember that. But what was funny was because we desperately wanted to talk. So we started talking, and of course, as we did, we hadn't spoken anyway for months. And we've been through a lot. And so of course our voices went up, and every time our voices went up, the guards would hammer on the door, silence, silence, we'd have to start whispering. And I couldn't understand a word he was saying. But after a while I thought, right, I said, look, I don't want to be rude, Brian, is there any way you could sound a little less like Gerry Adams or Ian Paisley? And this sort of mad glint came back into his eyes, and I thought he's going to hit me right now. He said, all right. If you stop talking like Prince Bloody Charles. And that was the sign of a beautiful relationship. If I could just...
Border crossings. A deceptively simple stand, jump, or a simply deceptive journey in the dead, dark night. Comparisons, companionships.
Then I saw the women from the eastern world come walking across the desert from their homeland in the search for something better. And my answers to their questions did a measure to their strength. And someone murdered someone, and the money had all been spent, and the cause had all been working for got swallowed in the greed. And I thought about these women and their struggle to be free while I'd been dreaming, only dreaming. I'd been dreaming, dreaming, only dreaming. Well, do you wonder what it means? All these pictures in my dreams.
Peace comes dropping slow, said the poet, and though a quiet night's snow can quickly light the dawn with a white flag unfurled, we know that old ice takes a long time to melt, and great wheels of the world are spoked by small hands unspoken of, while the eyes of the great are sometimes someplace else. Then, suddenly, in a lifetime, all is well. All is well.